Now the market is on the mend. A small recovery has occurred in the pricing of Shiba Inu. Still, looking at the big picture, things don't look good. Nevertheless, you need to know about a significant issue. This is really important. There was a considerable decrease. About 3.5 trillion Shiba Inus are being examined. Satoshi Kusama and the other developers aren't there, which is the most shocking part. Tell me what's happening. Where am I going with this? Permit me to elucidate. Your daily dose of Shiba is here with Wealthy Coins. If you are interested in Shiba and want to learn more, you have come to the right place. Stay ahead of the curve in the cryptocurrency business and get the scoop on all the newest news predictions by subscribing. Hit that like button if you want to see more SHIB news stories. The Shiba Inu had a pretty good day yesterday. It made a small comeback and entered positive territory in the past day. A delightful brief rest. When looking at the bigger picture, like the last week, though, things don't look so good. There has been no recovery for the Shiba Inu, as it is still about 26% down. So, how's it going? Not entirely clear. Currently, retail investors are at a strange phase as they consider what to do next. Are they better off continuing to amass assets, staying put, or selling up everything? That is the main question. The current decline may or may not have ended because the Shiba Inu's future course is unclear. What is certain, though, is that people are still talking about it. The neighborhood is watching with great interest, eagerly awaiting the impending major transformation. On the other hand, you might be wondering what's going on. Why is there such a swing in the price? Expanding our view, let's take a look at the big picture. The Shiba Inu isn't the only one going through this. Bitcoin is also showing signs of such behavior. Despite efforts to hold at $85,000, it eventually dropped to $83,000. It is still trying to find a steady state, although it is now bouncing at $83,500. Shiba Inu and similar cryptocurrencies are reacting in kind, which is hardly surprising. All other assets tend to follow Bitcoin's downfall. I don't get the point of this. Mr. Trump alone. Some analysts have even gone so far as to say this. Traders are worried about what they call Trump dumps, a term coined when the Bitcoin market fell just before the most recent U.S. job data was released on the 7th of February. The market fell, and the total market valuation of cryptocurrencies fell to over $3 trillion, a fall of almost 2.5%. Although there are real-world factors at play here, Bitcoin is still intrinsically volatile at the moment. Prices were initially falling due to widespread liquidations in the market. Thus, a cautious approach is prevalent. And they are being careful because of the upcoming U.S. job figures. In addition, the market's technical indications are not looking good, which could lead to significant price drops. On the 7th of February, the government will reveal important employment figures. In order to predict how the Federal Reserve will set interest rates, traders are waiting for statistics on job openings, unemployment rates, and pay increases. What is interesting, though, is what follows. Shiba Inu has dropped in the rankings of cryptocurrencies as a result of the recent sharp price drops. It was formerly in the top 10, but it has since dropped to the top 20. That is a steep drop, much lower than most people had predicted. The Shiba Inu is the most important currency in this movement, according to the Shiba Inu community. At least not as things stand right now. Shiba Inu's standing keeps falling, even though other meme currencies have proven to be more stable. This change is strange because Shiba Inus have a long history of being considered unbeatable in this field. At this point, the main question is whether it can climb again.
Is this the only thing that has changed for Shiba Inus? Investors have not yet decided what to do in light of the market's volatility. But one thing is certain, and this is the most astounding part. The Shiba Inu programmers are noticeably missing despite this steep drop in status. Responses were inconclusive. Not much has changed. Nothing, just silence. A little unnerving, actually. Given the severity of the downturn, one would think the team would step in to comfort the people and perhaps put a strategy in place to bring stability back. But lately, there has been zero. There are only a few infrequent updates, but it doesn't really matter. But what about that emptiness? People are being frightened by it. Investors are starting to ask serious questions. The programmers have vanished. Are they paying close attention? Has their level of interest in current events been noticeable? On the other hand, are they just letting Shiba Inu go extinct? This should be a rallying cry. At this point, the squad steps in and takes action. But it seems like there's a state of complete quiet. More than that, there is a widely held theory that is being discussed right now. Where does Shi stand? Is the Shiba Inu still his main focus? Is he putting all his energy into creating his own meme coin? Timid? His new project has taken precedence over Shiba Inu, as many others have noticed. The reality is that it makes things darker. If the major developer isn't fully committed, what does it mean for Shiba Inu's future? At the moment, it is merely speculation. But it is the exact problem. People tend to think the worst since there isn't enough transparency and direction. People are starting to get angry because they don't know if this is the start of a decline. The value of Shiba Inu is teetering on the brink of collapse. There is no mistaking the reasons for the investors' concerns. They really want to know. Take action, they say. Their primary objective is to determine the long-term viability of the Shiba Inu breed and whether it is slowly disappearing from the landscape. But now something completely out of the ordinary has happened and things are looking quite dire. Truthfully, you might be surprised by some of the things that you should know. Allegedly, the index of greed and terror has gone down. According to a recent tweet, the index is currently at 35, which means that extreme fear is prevailing in the market. This matters because the index represents the general sentiment of investors. People get very greedy and buy a lot of stuff at once when prices are high. Many merchants engage in panic selling during periods of low prices, as the present, when fear predominates. This is the most remarkable part. Even though the Shiba Inu market has been experiencing a recent downturn, large investors, sometimes known as whales, are still buying up shares. Nobody is giving an inch. Despite the constant drop in price, customers are actually buying more. Shiba Inu prices have fallen again. However, as of this point in 2024, whales had amassed a substantial 6.33 trillion tokens. They made $840 billion in more acquisitions in February alone. Huge investors currently have an incredible 161 trillion tokens, with holdings ranging from 10 trillion to 100 trillion Shiba Inu. Wow, that's a huge amount. On top of that, something even more shocking happened not long ago. There has been a staggering 5,200% increase in the net flow of Shiba Inu. There is a noticeable uptick there. There's been a noteworthy change. The trades of whales and significant Shiba Inu holders are effectively monitored by this net flow. At this very moment, it shows that they are making major moves. Whale net flows have recently experienced a stunning increase from 128 billion Shiba Inu to an astounding 3.5 trillion Shiba Inu following a period of relative quiet. There has been a marked improvement. Such events usually indicate one thing when they happen. Whaling is a resource accumulation process. This trend can be a good omen for the Shiba Inu's future if it continues. Also, major holders' inflows increased significantly, with 3.8 trillion Shiba Inu bought in the past 24 hours, coinciding with that increase. The week-to-date increase is 892%. Big